Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. It is time for my weekly What Sold video. I'm recording these on Sunday night for you, but we've got 12 items to go over, and I wanted to get started now. So let's go. Alright guys, so if you watched my last video, I had one last week telling you guys that I was going for plastic surgery to have loose skin, extra skin removed at Sonobello up in Phoenix. So I am now, today is day 3, you guys, and here I am doing my recording. So I feel really good today. Yesterday was day 2, and that one kicked my butt. Like, I was in bed pretty much the whole day, trying to get up as much as I could because I did feel better as I was moving. But today, I'm like, no, we're going to be moving a lot. So I don't know if you can tell. I'm going to step back a little bit. I almost, I look pregnant right now. Like, the amount of swelling is next level. Like, yeah, I look like I'm about 9 weeks. No, more than that. 9 months. Maybe not quite that far. Almost 4 months pregnant is what I look like right now. So the swelling will go down, but you guys, I am so happy with the results. I'm happy with how fast the recovery is going. If you don't know, in my last video I talked about it, but I was fully awake and it went a lot easier and better than I thought it did. The harder part was the recovery for the last few days. The day of surgery was a breeze. Like, I was actually at so much peace going in. I think that was just answer to a lot of prayers. I did not walk in there with any anxiety, any stress, any worry. It was just a very chill entry into it. They pretty much got me into the IV right away. They gave me all the happy pills right away. And I slept through a lot of it. I would wake up a couple times when things were there were some painful parts, where you had this like burning sensation. And I remember that during my C-section, and it doesn't feel great. No. And then when they're in there jabbing at certain parts, it didn't feel great, but I was not asleep. And it was nice to know that I wasn't having to deal with the side effects of full anesthesia. So yes, there were parts that were uncomfortable, but I would 1000% do it again. It was much harder yesterday on day 2 recovery than it was for the surgery, because the surgery was it ended up taking him 6 hours. So it was longer than what was originally quoted. He was thinking 4.5 to 5 hours, and it took him 6 hours. So it was interesting, but the recovery definitely is harder than the actual surgery. So I go in on Thursday this week. So again, this is going to be a week of one video. I go out on Thursday for my follow-up. I get to actually see the amount of skin that they removed, all the fat that they removed. I get to see all of that on Thursday. So I'll get some of the wound care taken care of. Hubby has been my nurse, changing all my medical things that are happening right now. I don't have drains. That's a thing that happens with the full tummy tucks, but mine is kind of that mini tummy tuck, so it doesn't have the drains, but I do leak. I know, TMI, but during that leakage, I've got stuff in there to help catch the leak, and he's been the amazing husband that's been taking care of it for me. So he's been getting my ice packs and all my medications, and high five to hubby. But if you guys have been following that journey, thank you so much, and I just wanted to give the update to tell you that everything went great, and here I am at 9 o'clock recording my video for you on Sunday. I've got plans tomorrow. It's Monday. It's time to start getting back to reality, you guys. I want to get back to my thrift store daily that I go to. I want to get back to going to my bins. I'm not going to push it too much, so don't worry. I'm not going to push it too much. But even if I put in like 2 hours of my day into some sourcing, like, I enjoy it too much. I can't just sit on my butt. It was so hard on Friday not going to my bins, you guys. The FOMO was real. Having to miss my Friday that I have done for the last 3 years, not doing it on that Friday while being home. It's one thing to not do the Friday while I'm on vacation, but no, this was not doing the Friday while I'm sitting at home. Ugh, it was rough, but I heard it wasn't that great out there, so that's how I'm going to make it sound like I missed nothing. I missed nothing. All right, but you are here to see what sold on eBay, not hear about my drama. So let's go into 12 items on eBay for a gross profit of just over $1,100. So I will have a full breakdown at the end of all of my profits because I don't get to keep that $1,100. I've got cost of goods, I've got shipping, I've got fees, all the good things. So at the very end, you will see the actual profit because this also includes taxes. It's silly, but some places they take tax on top of it, and then therefore it's saying that is part of my total. It's not. It's not my money. It's getting collected directly from eBay to pay whatever taxes they need to send it to. So $1,100 is what I see right now, but you will get the actual total at the end. So first up is an all-fan ceiling fan light control. This was $1. This was $1 a day. Brand new, sealed, could not be easier, and it sold for $25. It's going in a poly mailer. Like, it could not be easier to ship. Really quick, 25 bucks. All right, next up is one of these old pipes. If you've been following for a while, these were probably at least a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. Time is weird. So yeah, it's probably 2 years ago that I purchased a whole box of all of these old pipes. And I was listing them one by one. I still have a mini box of them. I'm kind of tempted to just do it all as one lot and start an auction because I'm just done looking at them. But I was separating them out. And this one, for whatever reason, is the last two that I had listed. Last one of the two I have listed. I just took an offer. I'm just done looking at them. This guy was going back and forth. I'm just ready to get rid of it. It was originally listed, I think, at like $60 or $70. And then it was part of my 30% off sale. So it ended up, I took an offer of $38. So I think my math was like maybe $2 a piece. It wasn't even that. I think I paid $25 for this whole box. And some of them sold for over $100. So there was so much profit in this box that now I'm like, just take it. It was $38 and plus shipping. Just take it, Jennifer. I don't need to be greedy with these. I need to get them out of the store. And they paid shipping. So, and it's super easy to ship. It's a piece of wood. Like, I'll bubble wrap it and stick it in a tiny little mailer. All right. Number one thing is hydration. So I gotta stay on top of that. Okay. Tamiko. I just got this, you guys, at an estate sale. It's the estate sale that I'm not allowed to film at, so I didn't get to show you it. But I paid $3 at this sale, and it's a massager. A massager. I knew it would sell fast. It's old, and these just, they hold their value. So this one here just sold for $40 for one little massager. So I paid $3, sold for $40. All right, now we've got my last womp womp of this Canon ink. I was getting these on $3 and some on Dollar Day. These Canon inks were selling like just crazy. I'm sad this is my last one because I think I had like 10 of them. So $1 to $3. I'll say this one is $3 for the sake of the chart, but it sold for $54. Yeah, each one we're selling for 50 bucks and more. So 3 into 50, yes please. That's why we do what we do. That is a big one. The other one that I love are quick sellers, such as a Sleep Number remote. You guys, this was at my local thrift in the remote bucket. I had 2 remotes that day, and they've both already sold. And this was maybe 2 weeks ago. Maybe. Again, time is weird. So I think it was about 2 weeks ago. And one sold for like 40 something, and then this one is, sorry, that's a bubbly drink making me burp. This is a Sleep Number remote. These are definitely ones to watch for. It is missing a little top, so I gotta have hubby go dig in that box. But it is sold as is. As you can see, there is no battery cover in the back. It's just being held by tape, and it still works. It still powers on here, but it's missing just that little top button thing up here. So I know I had it when I took the picture, so it's in the box, and it sold for $60 for one little remote. And these remotes are 25 cents in my thrift store. So 25 cents into $60. Love it, love it, love it. All right, next up we've got a very unique item. These were $2 at an estate sale. It was called Devil's Den. just a Civil War board game. Like, very weird. I've never seen these out in the wild before. But this one is complete. It's got lots of little booklets and lots of dice that I'm throwing everywhere. Parts are brand new in there, still sealed. I'll have hubby pick up those dice because I can't bend over with surgery. The incision went 364 degrees around my back. So it goes from my spine all the way around to the other side of my spine. So I can't bend over. I have to be very careful when I'm going into sitting mode. That's when I feel the pain. And it's that burning pain that I felt during the surgery, but that's what's left over after the surgeries. I still have that burning. And I guess it's something about your nerves, it's your nerves that are healing. And it burns like a monkey. Like, oh my God, that burning is the worst. So that's on the sides. And I feel it if I bend and when I sit. And then once I'm sitting, when I go to stand up, it's like, again, lava as I'm trying to stand up. So that is the worst part about the recovery. But again, I would do it all over again. Now it's just getting rid of the swelling. So again, that I don't look pregnant. But that's all right. He said I look the same. Like, I don't know if you're going to tell in this video, but like, I feel like it's definitely, I don't know. I don't usually get bloated up high like this. So it's definitely a swelling thing, because I hope I didn't look like this before. Did I? Maybe I did. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you can tell that I had the surgery or if I look like I'm pregnant. Or if I looked like I was pregnant before. I mean, I guess be honest, right? All right. So that game, it was $2 as an estate, and it sold for $41. So $40 for this simple little game all day. I'll take it. All right. This was a fast one. $15 day at the bins. This was at the last Friday that I got to go. And it is a Xfinity pod. So it's a Wi-Fi thing. Sold for $70. And I paid $15. Easy peasy. Alright, this one I have sold, I think, 2 other times. And people keep changing their mind. So now I'm selling it as used. I've tested them. Like, there's nothing wrong with these headphones. I think people have buyer's remorse for what they're getting. But they're like a racing kind of headphone that goes on your ear, but instead of like ear pods that go into your ear, it goes around your ear and hangs from your eardrum, from your earlobe. Earlobe? I don't know. It just hangs from your ear. So when you're running, it doesn't fall out of your ear. Like, I don't know. But I've had this returned and it just bugs me. So I think this is the 3rd time I've sold it. I'm well into the negative. Like, there's no way there's any profit in this because of the amount of times I've had to pay to ship it around this whole darn country. Hopefully this person is happy with them. Like, one returned them because they smelled. Like, what do they smell like? Like, they don't smell like anything. So I used some rubbing alcohol and cleaned them, but apparently it smelled like somebody's cologne. And they returned them. Like, it's just people being people. So they sold for $70. And while, yes, I would normally be thrilled with a $70 flip, I am more excited to get this the heck out of my house and hope this next buyer is happy, or they're going to get them for free because I'm not going to deal with it again. Nope. It's going to be Christmas for them and they're going to get free headphones if, for whatever reason, they decide to return them. There you go. Problem solved. All right, we've got a very large tailor-made driver. Golf clubs are a favorite of mine. In my description, I have a free BOLO list, brands to be on the lookout as a reseller, and TaylorMade is one of the top golf club brands to grab. People definitely undervalue them, and you can find them for cheap at yard sales, especially I live in a senior community. So there's a lot of seniors that have either donated their clubs as they're getting other ones, or they've passed away and I get to buy their used golf clubs. It happens, right? Circle of life. So this one here, it is pretty used. It's got some marks here. It is well loved, but it's still sold for $120. I would have paid, I didn't put it in my spreadsheet. That was me. So I'm going to say 15 is my cost of good on it. Because it could have been a thrift store find, and that's the most that I paid for them there. So I'm going to say 15. It could have been more. It could have been less. But it sold for $120. And I know I did not pay $120 for it. It's a big one. And I've got boxes. I talk about this in my videos a lot. So I buy my boxes on Amazon, or I use boxes that have been recycled from people that buy big things, and I reuse their boxes. All right, we've broke the 3 figures. Oops, stop clicking, Jennifer. We broke the 3 figures, so we're into the hundreds now. I've got 3 more items for just over 100, which is good. I thought this wasn't going to be a great weekend because I didn't do any listings on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. I didn't list anything for 4 days. That never happens. I list every day. To keep my store active, I am listing every day. So the fact that I still had 12 sales, like, I am thrilled. So thank you, eBay, for still paying my bills while I took the weekend off to recover. All right, this was a good one. This was $10 at a garage sale. It is a Garmin GPS. It is the 62, not to be confused with the 64 that I thought it was. I put that in wrong in my first listing, corrected it, and then played the offer game. Everyone was coming in with offers. And finally this guy messaged saying, can you please show me the inside of the battery compartment? Yes, I will show that. It goes off about how he has been so jaded because of all the dirty ones that he's getting. I'm like, no, this is amazing, amazing condition. But I took his offer. I think I listed it at $160. I went in while he was playing the offer game to see how much they're actually selling for right now, because value changes by the day. So going in, and now they're going for same about 140 to 150. I think the last one was 150, 152 was the last one that sold. So like, okay, he sent an offer of 145 plus shipping. I'm gonna take it. I paid $10 at a yard sale. So $145. It is complete in the box. It's got paperwork. It's got batteries. It's got the strap to hold it. Like, this is a good one. These are those little handheld GPSs. So definitely add that to your BOLO list of GPSs and Garmin's to find out in the wild, because that was a garage sale. All right. This one I have had for probably 16 years. Okay. Exaggerating, but I've had it for a very long time. I bought it at a thrift store I only go to maybe 3 times a year. It's on the whole other side of Tucson, and it's rare to find items there for resale, and it's because I don't go as often. Period. If you don't go to the stores as often as the people that live by the store, you're not going to find as many things as the people that live by the store. Right? Math is math. So this one I purchased, like I said, probably 2 to 3 years ago. I've had it a long time. I paid $45 for it. I know, Jennifer, why the heck would you pay that much for this? But it eventually sold. It finally sold, my friends. And it is adorable. All right. It is called Bathing Ape Hoodie. Bathing Ape is the brand. If it wasn't going to sell by Christmas, it was going to go to my nephew, because he's into this hip brands as the cool kids wear. I love to bug my daughter, because the word now for cool outfits is fits. Like, okay, you're old when the stuff that they're saying is ridiculous. So I always joke, like, how do you like my fit? So this is for someone else's fit on their outfit. All right, so like I said, I paid $45, so I paid a little too much on it, but it finally sold for $132. And it's going to be super easy to ship. All right. And last but not least, the best sale of the weekend goes to Nintendo DS. Yes, my friends, it is still in its boxed, and I think it was used 1 time. If that. Like, it is in like new condition. So clean, so spotless. It still has wrapping paper on this tape. Like, that's how amazing this was. Why the heck I still had it and it had to go 30% off blows my mind. Like, I don't know what I did to the listing. I don't know what happened, but it dropped in value. It happens, as things do. But that's all right, because I paid $5 at a yard sale. You guys, $5. Unbelievable that this was on the table at a $5 at a yard sale. $5. I almost fell over. Like, crazy. It finally sold for $175. Yeah, and it's complete, and it is gorgeous. There's even another game in there. What other game was this? crossword DS. So they said it was a gift for their dad or their grandpa or something, and he never used it. Yes, please, for $5. I'll take that all day long. It took probably 6 months. It was during the peak in the last thrifting sourcing time, so probably about 6 months ago, but that's all right. I finally sold $175. So you guys, that's all on eBay. I don't have any sales on Mercari to go over, but $1,112. But again, you'll get the real profit at the end, because I got to minus all the cost of goods, including the $45 for that sweatshirt. All right, guys, let's hop back in real quick because we had some sales overnight that I want to include for you. And as you can see, I have lost my pregnancy belly. Yeah, it's in the morning, the swelling is a lot less, but then as I push myself through the day, the swelling is more. But I got to go to my thrift store this morning, and I got to go to my bins this morning. So it was nice to have my normal routine before coming back and getting the rest of my listings done. I'm definitely feeling it. I've got some soreness going, but it's not awful. So I'm going to keep doing my day, even if there's a little bit of soreness. I'm going to rest after this recording, after I get these packed, and take my legs up for a few minutes before conquering the rest of my day. That's just what I do. But we've got 5 more over on eBay and 1 over on Mercari. So we've got the one here is a trout backpack. I think this was at the thrift store. I don't think this was an elephant. It was $3. I want to say it was at my thrift, but it sold for $14. So no, it's not a big sale, but luckily they paid shipping, and it did go with the 30% off sale. So that's why it was only $14. But that's all right. That's an easy one. Then we've got one of my favorites right now, and that's because it's a multi-quantity listing. So this is one that I just picked up at the bins on $5 day, and I just cleared the house. I got like 20 of them, but they're selling, and they're selling consistently. So this one sold for $25, and I still have 17 of them available. So $20, they're about $5 to ship them. So they just go into a poly bag. So yeah, I still make about $15, $12 to $15 each one. And I only had to list it one time. So no, they're not a huge profit, but the fact that I don't have to do any more work to keep getting these paychecks of $10 to $15 all the time, like, yes, please, I will gladly do that. Sure, it would have been better at Dollar Day, but no, I won't be at that bins on Dollar Day, so I'm going to get it for $5 and just clear them all out. So $25 for this one. Then we've got another multi-quantity, but this one I paid up on. I paid $8 a piece. And I still have 2 more after this. $40 free shipping. That's fine. This one is still brand new sealed. It will go into a poly bag because it's already in a box. Like it's packaged well in here. So a safe bubble poly mailer will send it on its way, and it's still a decent profit. So it is a small rig lock box light. I don't know. It's, again, just something that multiple of them available. Small Rig is a good camera equipment brand, and I just love listing it one time and keep getting those sales for it. All right, we've got an ink. HP Cayenne, brand new sealed, $15 days when I grabbed these, and it sold for $48. So no, it's not a huge profit, but that's all right. It's easy to ship, and off he goes. And my best one over on eBay are these Pottery Barn plates. The other ones just sold last week, and now these ones are selling because we're coming up on fall, at least in the rest of the world. I'm still 105 degrees. It's really hard to put on all my pumpkin spice when it's still 105 degrees out, but the rest of the world can accept that fall is coming, and they need their pumpkin dishes. So these are Harvest Pumpkin Salad Plates by Pottery Barn, and they were $10. I forget if it was a garage sale or my thrift store, but they were $10 each, and they are brand spanking new, and this one sold for $62. I think the other one sold for the same amount, but that's fine. I'm happy to send that on its way, and it is plus shipping, so they're going to pay for shipping on that. Then my one item over on Mercari are these Dog Man books. I could have probably kept these for my 5-year-old, but we're not quite in this phase yet. He's only in kindergarten, so this is more of like a 3rd grade second grade reader. So no, sell it now and I'll buy them again in 3 years, right? Or I'll find them in another sale in 3 years. I'm not going to hold on to them for 3 years. No, thank you. So it is a full set. The outer box is damaged. So I just didn't put that in the pictures. I just took a picture of the books and that was it. But they are new. I paid $15 at the bins on a Friday and they sold for just about $50, right? $56.04. So again, not a huge profit. None of these really are ginormous profits, but they all add up. And I think that is the biggest thing with reselling is, yes, it's okay to have the small potatoes because when they all sell, it all adds up. All right. Thank you guys for the support and the love during this journey. Hopefully you'll start seeing a little more progress as I'm not recording at 9 o'clock at night when swelling gets worse. Maybe in the next video I'll record early so you'll see it smaller because it definitely gets swollen throughout the day as I'm moving around. But I'm just very happy that today is, like I said, day 3 is how they count it. The day of surgery doesn't count. So then Friday was the day 1, Saturday was day 2, and today is Sunday, day 3. So tomorrow is going to be even better. But all right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry to take it off topic, but I got to keep it real. This is me. This is my life. You get the whole channel. So thank you, and I will see you guys on the next video. Take care.